On the front of this is a foldable bike from World War II. A soldier pulls it out of a airdrop container, unfolds it, takes it for a ride. It's cute. Alright, so I suppose we should get started with Eli. The young woman who was assaulted at the Safeway by that officer, or sorry, by that sheriff's deputy. Her name is Mary Jane, and Eli was there that day. He said that they were able to get her safely to her aunt's place, which is good. Definitely good. But because of the way that those officers have interacted every single time, it is obvious that nobody who is broke can trust a police officer. It's pretty obvious that if you are a poor person, especially if you are homeless, that you need a firearm to protect yourself from police and from police corruption. They're less likely to do this to a population that's armed. There's a lot of people named Nick here. So if I start telling you stories about Nick, you're going to get confused if you start looking through my YouTube, because there's more than one Nick. And I don't know any of their last names. With Eli, he was talking about being afraid of getting in trouble because somebody yelled for somebody to grab her, and he grabbed her, and they told him, "Not you." So he let her go. Let's turn to Alexander a little bit. There's been multiple occasions where he was going to help me. He does still come by and collect my cans from time to time. Last time we went up the mountains, he couldn't stay sober. He kept having to go off into the woods to take a crap for 45 minutes, and then he'd come back all fucked up out of his gourd and talking nonstop, but talking nonstop in a way that very much made him sound drunk. But he wasn't drinking. He certainly wasn't drinking. Oh. Alexander's been on my channel more than once. He's a witness to the fucked up situation with Molly. And when he went up the mountain with me last time, I paid him $100 to help me. And we ended up coming back down the mountain the very next day. He was gonna stay up there for a day or two to help me, and like I said, we come back down the very next day. And today he's supposed to help me, so even though there's a time he could have set, I don't set times with him because I know if I set a time, he's not going to show up. He'll show up whenever he gets around to it. I also grew up with a bunch of drug addicts, so I know what to expect. It's nice to hear those promises. It's nice to hear those words. But people don't generally or often come through, especially if you're not somebody they're attracted to. And obviously, Alexander and I are not bumping uglies. Brian, he's got a habit of not showing up. Do I hate any of these people? No, I fucking hate running around in circles for no good goddamn reason. I have to deal with a lot of fucking crazies. I gotta deal with people like Vicky Rain, who the only reason she was able to do what she did is because she has a house. She has a place of her own. And as soon as my stuff was there, where it was supposed to be safe, that's when she started pulling the establishing control bullshit. I'm in charge. I'm in charge. We're going to do what I want. We're going to talk about what I want. Only the conversations that I feel we should have, are we going to have, and so on and so on. A lot of people like to say stuff to me like, oh, well, you know, Molly's gone. I don't see why there's still a problem. Well, first of all, because it's not just Molly. It's also the way the police interacted with me that was highly inappropriate. They created a situation where Molly was allowed to do that for almost 4 months, 3 months. Yeah, I hope Alexander will come through, but I don't have any faith in it. Yesterday he wanted somebody to take his cans in for him, and I did that. Difficult to see out my back window. So there's that thing right there. I barely missed it. Thank goodness I missed it. Every morning when I back out of this parking spot, I'm afraid that I might run into it. When somebody's being abused, you got one chance to turn it in, and that's right away. And that's the problem with all of my so-called friends. That is the one defining factor right there. If people give a shit about you and you tell them you're being abused, they will help you to turn it in right away. You don't have to fucking beg them for months and months and months to keep their word after they've made a promise. The problem is, this is how at-risk and disabled adults, especially males, especially if they're homeless, this is how we are treated. There's a lot of people out here, they got their own problems, and that'll be their excuse for not coming through for you, is that they have their own problems. Well, of course they have their own fucking problems. If you do that to everybody that you know, you're gonna have a lot of fucking problems. God damn it. There's that guy down there with the fucking dolphin. What up, piece of shit? He's not supposed to be down at Fred Meyer's, by the way. He was 86 as well. But I guess he's not technically on Fred Meyer's property, is he? Alexander, he's not mean to me intentionally. The stuff that he does do that's mean. It's not that he's trying to be a jerk. It's that he's addicted to drugs. And it's hard to quit. Well, that ain't no good. Just ran over a metal bar. Middle of the road. I should go back and pick it up. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna, for safety reasons. That metal bar could go through somebody's vehicle. There's a guy in Chapel, Nebraska, drove over somebody's crowbar on a dirt road. I don't remember who the fuck it was, but I remember the crowbar sticking up in between the passenger and the driver's seat. And they ran over it, it hit at an odd angle, got wedged in between the vehicle and the road pushed it right into the vehicle. Cute. Anyway, Eli was recently harassed by a very common police tactic. you don't have any warrants, but they'll walk up to you and pretend like you have warrants. They try to do this in a public area, which make it look like you're some sort of bad guy because the cops are talking to you. They know exactly what they're doing. With traffic as busy as it is right now, it's probably less safe for me to go out and pick up that metal rod. I've been here almost a year, and although a lot of people were witnesses to these situations, they never came forward with me to talk to the police. None of them. As much as they said they would, none of them actually followed through. It's a pain in the ass. Services that want to play fucking stupid. Like, hey, I didn't come to you for you to fucking throw me around in circles for fucking a year and a goddamn half. And that's what it's been here in Oregon. A bunch of goddamn Nazi fucking pieces of shit with guns and goddamn badges wanting to pretend that they're better than everybody else. Like they automatically know who's right and who's wrong. Because if you're homeless, you must be a fucking bum who deserves abuse. Fuck this goddamn country and everyone in it. People got all these goddamn ideas that I should be doing this and I should be doing that. Why don't you find out what I'm even fucking capable of? Why don't you find out what the fuck is going on before talking over somebody? Oh, that's where I'm at. Dealing with too much of y'all's bullshit. Dealing with too many drug addicts, too many fucking pigs. Too many pieces of shit. There's no way in this country to get away from all the pieces of shit because nobody gives a fuck about you when you're broke. I'm not sure if I said this already. Oh wait, no, I'm certain that I have. Fuck this goddamn country. When it comes to abuse, especially abuse against children, I don't fuck around. That goddamn pig that assaulted that 14-year-old girl should be in prison. Prison.